Hi there, my name is Lee Arnold. I'm the CEO of Secured Investment Corp, which is a real estate-centric enterprise where we teach people how to invest in real estate. We provide funding for them to buy that real estate. We have a servicing organization, but we also actively fix and flip deals and we wholesale deals. And that's what I want to focus on with you here today. Okay, so you've got a great real estate deal. Well, now what? Because without buyers, it's just a contract. Now today I'm going to share with you the best marketing tactics to build a buyer's list and close deals really fast. Now again, in real estate, the number one rule of finding a good deal in real estate is finding a motivated seller. So we got to go out and we've got to find somebody that wants to sell their house, has to sell their house, is desperate to sell their house so that we can provide for them a solution. Now the reason that we always start with wholesaling is because a lot of people getting into the business don't have a lot of cash, they may not have great credit, and they really want to start making some income through real estate investing, but they're not yet sure how they're going to be able to pull that off. Well, wholesaling creates a tremendous opportunity because you're not actually buying real estate. You're simply going out and meeting with people who need to sell, writing a purchase and sale agreement to buy that property, and then you're going out and you're finding somebody else who buys it from you. And they're essentially just buying your contract. Now, wholesalers are making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 doing this simple wholesaling strategy. Now, the importance of having a strong buyer's list is how we expedite the speed at which you get paid. So having a pre-qualified buyer, somebody who you've already vetted, somebody you've already determined has the financing or the relationships with private money lenders, that they could just buy the property from you. That's going to help you speed up those deals. It's also going to help you negotiate better terms with your seller because you have a list of people who desperately want to buy the houses that you are bringing to the market. Now, the difference between a retail buyer versus an investor buyer or somebody who buys fix and flips or buy and hold or wholesalers is speed. See, when you're dealing with a retail buyer, and a retail buyer is somebody who's going to pay full price, market value, and they're probably going to live in it. So they're looking for a house for them, for their family, and they're looking for the perfect house, right? So it's got to be the right area, it's got to have the right yard, the right floor plan, the right number of bedroom and bath counts, and so they're very picky, very finicky, and you got to show them 50 houses before they choose one. When you're dealing with an investor, investors don't care where it is, what it is, how big it is, or how small it is. All they care about is what's the price, what is it worth, and what can I get it for? That's it. So by negotiating a really great deal, which allows you to bring really good pricing to your investor buyers, is going to allow you to move these properties much more quickly. Now, I want to give you guys a vision of what this could look like for you because I've been in this business almost 30 years and I know a lot of wholesalers and I know a lot of national wholesalers, and it is not uncommon to do 5 deals, 10 deals. I know some guys are doing 50 deals a month. And when you think about $10,000, $20,000 per deal, 50 deals a month, we're talking about anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million a month in income. Now, full disclosure, they're spending a lot of money on marketing and all these things that you don't necessarily need to worry about. What you need to focus on is your immediate market. And we're going to attract that immediate market through online marketing tactics, starting with social media marketing. Because I don't care how old you are or how young you are watching this video, you probably have a Facebook account, or if you don't, you're under the age of 35, so you have an Instagram account. If you're a professional, you got a LinkedIn account. You probably have a Twitter account or an X account, and now you've got a TikTok account. Okay, so you got all of these social outlets where you can let the general public know exactly what it is you're doing. Now, as a wholesaler, you're only doing 2 things, okay? You're looking for people who need to sell their house, and you're looking for people who want to buy a house. That's all you're doing. And we're going to take those 2 things, and we're going to post deals in real estate investor groups, locally, which is where I suggest you begin, but then you can scale out nationally if that's what you would like to do. Then you can run Facebook, Instagram ads, you can start targeting different investors, and you're off to the races. One of the things I love most about this type of business is that it's not capital intensive. You don't need to have tens of thousands and millions of dollars to get this business up and going off the ground. Really, all you need is an internet connection and a telephone, and you've got everything that you need to start generating income in this business. Now, as our social media ads are out there, letting everybody know the message, I'm looking to buy houses, I'm looking to sell houses. Ultimately, we're going to start capturing people's email address. We're going to start getting their cell phone numbers, and then we're just going to communicate with them. We're going to send them an email once a week and just say, hey, I'm still here. I'm still out here. Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to sell a house? I'm still here. We're going to send them a text message and let them know we're still actively buying and selling. Do you have anything? This allows us to build and maintain what we call a buyer's list. Okay. Now, the more engagement you have with your buyers, the stronger the list becomes. Now, as that list grows, and we go out and we now find these motivated seller deals, we get them under contract, we simply take the details about that property and we email them to our buyers list. And we tell them we've got a new deal, here are the details, here's some photos of the property, here's some comparables. We can even send an SMS blast to them for really urgent off-market deals, and we can get that into their hands lickety-split. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've been wholesaling properties for about 30 years now, and I'll tell you, the buyer's list really is the secret sauce of having success in this business. And the great news is, you guys, it doesn't cost anything to develop a buyer's list, because buyers of investment properties are always out there looking for deals. They're running ads on Craigslist. They're running ads looking for you. They're putting on real estate investment workshops. They're running local REIA clubs or real estate investment clubs, simply congregating together because they're looking for you, the person who has the deal. Because in real estate, the person who has the deal controls everything else. And that's why we're talking here not about flipping real estate, but rather we're talking about finding great deals and making them available to a pre-developed, pre-curated list of people who are ready to buy. Now, to get started doesn't require much. A simple little website or a landing page is really all you need, and simply create a simple property listing website. You can use lead capture forms, so that people get notified of off-market deals. You can start driving traffic via Google Ads. Search engine optimization is certainly something you can always do just by posting and providing content online. And then you can also get really, really clever and use things like retargeting. Now, that's a big term for those of you that are new to social media marketing. Look it up. What does retargeting mean, and how do I utilize it? Because once you understand it, it's an incredibly powerful tool where if they click on something you showed them the first time, everywhere else they go online, your ad is going to appear. It's called retargeting. Check it out. When we start developing these deals, when we begin sending them out to our list of buyers, there's other places we can put those deals. We can post them on places like Craigslist. You can put them out there on Zillow. You can put them out on Facebook Marketplace. You can even put them out there on Bigger Pockets. REIClub.com is a great place to put your listings, because this is where investors are congregating and they're looking for great deals. As you probably already know, you can optimize your posts utilizing keywords with investor search terms like off-market deal or cash flow property, or one of my favorites, seller financing. Seller financing will bring investors to you in droves, because that's what everybody teaches beginning investors to do, is look for deals where the seller will finance. And if you got a deal like that, you're going to be the bee's knees to your list. They're going to be looking for you because you've got what they want. But there's also offline marketing tactics where you can begin networking with other groups, other investor meetups. You can attend local real estate investor association meetings. You can build relationships with wholesalers, agents, flippers. You can also start talking with contractors, people that are actively buying, fixing, and flipping houses. You can go down to Home Depot or Lowe's or any one of your large lumber retailers or home improvement type stores. This is where your fixer, flipper, rehabber people are congregating. Now, if they are actively buying, fixing, and flipping properties, I can assure you they're attending and visiting Home Depot at least 5 to 10 times a week. So just look for signs on the side of people's trucks. Just look for signs on the side of people's trucks, or better yet, get a bandit sign and stick it on the side of your car, or go get some really cheap little signs with the metal stands and just put them in your front yard. Put them around. Okay? So bandit signs, you can even use direct mail. A direct mail or bandit sign might be something like cheap, fixer-upper, cash only, call, and then put in your phone number. Now, we want to put these types of signs in high traffic areas. Now, make sure that you check with your local municipality, because there are some counties and some cities around the country where they do not allow you to do bandit signs. So before you invest the money to print them and take the time to go stick them all over town, make sure you check the city ordinances. Now, I heard a story. I won't call him a friend of mine, but I will call him an associate. Somebody I heard telling this story at a conference I was attending. He's located over on the East Coast, and he lives in a city where they have really stringent rules about these bandit signs. But he found out that the people who go out and drive around and pull the bandit signs and flag you only work Monday through Friday. And so what he would do, he'd drive out there, he'd fill his car with all these signs, and he'd go out, and from Friday at 5:30 in the afternoon, he would just be placing signs all over town, and he'd leave them out there until Sunday late at night, and then he'd go back and he'd pick them all up. I think that's a clever strategy, a lot of work, but last time I heard he was doing quite well. All I'm saying is, make sure you check the city ordinances before you do anything, because I don't want you incurring costs or expenses or getting yourself into trouble doing this business. There's so many easy ways to do it well and do it effectively. It's never worth pushing the limits and getting yourselves in trouble. All right. Now, cold calling and texting is another great strategy. This allows you to contact past buyers, people that you've previously sold to in the past. They might be a great buyer for you. This could also be existing landlords. So you've got a duplex or a fourplex or a 10-unit building under contract, and you're thinking, gee, who do I sell this to? Well, I'll tell you, the most likely buyer of a multifamily rental property is going to be another owner of a multifamily rental property. The great part is that all of the property records are public. Did you know right now you can go down to the county recorder's office and you can pull a list of all of the real estate investors in your market, in state, out of state? They're all there. Now, another great strategy is leveraging real estate agents. This is a big miss. Real estate agents as well as other investors. See, you can work with real estate agents who have investor clients. You can even list some of these properties on the MLS. Now, if you're going to list on the MLS, you will have to buy it first. So MLS will not allow you to list something you do not own, but a real estate agent can certainly refer that deal to one of their buyer clients, even if it's not on the MLS. Just be prepared to pay a realtor's commission, because as a realtor myself for the last 25 years, when realtors do work and don't get paid, they get pretty cranky. So always make sure to pay the realtor's commission if you're going to be utilizing them and or their list. Okay? But bottom line, you guys, you need to be building relationships with wholesalers. You need to be building relationships with other JV partners, other people in the business, in many cases, competitors. But you also want to be partnering with hard money lenders who could introduce you to buyers. Now, I can tell you, I have been a private money lender for over 20 years, and we lend nationwide. And if anybody were to call me up and say, hey, I've got this amazing deal in Pennsylvania or Ontario, California, or Orlando, Florida, do you have any investors in this area? The answer is, yeah, I probably do. I only share that story with you to say this. Private money lenders are in the business of lending money, and they can only lend money when their buyers have something to buy. So when you contact a private money lender and say, hey, I've got this incredible deal, I've got about $50,000 in upside profit to the end investor, do you know anybody? I can tell you, as a private money lender, I'm calling everybody I know in that area to see if I can get that house sold, because if I can help you sell that house to one of my clients, I'm going to be able to write a loan and originate new paper, which is exactly what we want. Now, let's recap some of our tactics here, okay? You got to be ready to scale your investing game so that you can maximize profits. Now, I want to help you with this. You do not need to go out and do this all on your own. I spent the last 25 years building a company that specializes in teaching people how to invest in real estate, how to be a wholesaler, how to amass $250,000 in cash without having any of your own money, regardless of your credit score, no matter how old you are, no matter where you live, no matter how experienced you are or inexperienced you are with social media technology and all of that stuff. We can teach you everything you need to know. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set an appointment below to have a conversation with one of my hand-picked consultants. Now, these are experts who can guide you through the best strategies to accelerate your success. And because we're a nationwide lender, they can go into our database of deals and tell you exactly where the most deals are taking place right there in your own backyard. So don't make this any more difficult than it needs to be, because it's not that difficult. Let us show you, let us guide you, let us teach you, let us train you. But please understand that spots are extremely limited, and I need you to schedule your strategy session, but you need to do it right now so I can ensure you get one of these spots. So click below to book your appointment, and I will see you on the other side of success. Click below to schedule your business development consulting call and start learning.